Look at that. That is a sunset that screams 3 points. In fact, if you look closely, it actually says Man United 0, Arsenal 1. No, I'm only joking. It doesn't actually say that. But Arsenal did indeed beat Man United 1-0 at Old Trafford. And I've come out here representing for a dog walk on this beautiful evening to talk about it. So we are joined for this one today by Alfie. I'm sure he'd have a lot to say if he could. But there is a lot to talk about. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to talk about Arsenal's performance, United's performance because they look good, specific player performances, such as gyokores. I feel like that's a big one. United signing Zubamendi. But I'm actually going to start with the result just as a whole because it's 3 out of 3 points. It's a win away at Old Trafford, clean sheet. Makes it 22 games in a row unbeaten against the Big Six for Arsenal. I feel like it's going to be overshadowed a lot because of the performance, but I think it is important to actually just look at the result separate from the performance. Obviously, when the fixtures came out, everyone was saying what a difficult start it would be for us, and it is a very difficult first 6 or so games. That's the first one of the toughest ones. Out of the way, 3 points gained. Again, Old Trafford, not somewhere we like going. And not only is it 3 points, it is 3 hard-fought points and 3 points from a game where we were second to it. We weren't the better team. Realistically, United were the deserved winners, and yet we came away with the win. And I think that's a big sign, a very good sign for a team that's going to push for the title this year. That you can be up against it. You can be the second best on the day and still come away with the result, which I think is somewhere we've stumbled in the past. So yeah, result-wise, let's just not overlook that. It's 1-0 away at United, first day of the season. You know, at United, it can go either way. At Old Trafford, sorry. Especially first day of the season, when you got so many different variables to consider, new signings and rustiness and different pre-seasons. But the thing is, I, like a lot of people, came out of that not infused at all, quite worried, because the Arsenal performance, I'll talk about that before I get into United. Arsenal performance was not good at all. I actually thought it's the worst I've seen us play in a long time. Did not create anything. What the hell are they? There's loads of geese. You won't be able to see them. They're probably not geese, to be fair. Yeah, we were not good today. I thought our attack was abhorrent, really bad. I thought Odegaard had a good game, though that is basing it off his standards last year, which were not high. Are they ducks? They might be. I don't know. They got long necks, whatever these things are. Odegaard, probably the best of the bunch. Saka was basically anonymous. Just couldn't find the space. Martinelli, I don't think I could tell you one thing he did apart from a shot that just rolled along the ground straight at the keeper. And Gyokores was an interesting one. Obviously, he's going to get memed online and by the football Twitter and everything like that. And he didn't have a great game, but I don't also think he had an awful game. I mean, there was one highlight where he kind of left the ball behind him and it didn't look good. But I thought he could have been a lot worse. I thought in the link-up he was actually quite proficient at times. At the end of the day, he's had 2 pre-season games with us. It's going to take a while to settle in, especially to a new league. I thought physically he was promising. Obviously, we had a lot of battles with De Ligt in the first half. But then it seemed like he was occupying Euro a bit more after a while. And he was having a lot more joy there. But no shots, no key moments. Not the start he would have wanted when you look at it explicitly in terms of what, statistics and stuff, but could have been a lot worse. I would say don't worry. And then moving on from him, I'm going to go through the rest of the 11 briefly. Already spoken about our attack. Zubamendi, I thought had a good game. I thought he was a bit behind maybe for the first like 20 minutes or so. I think it took him a while to catch up with the pace of the game and the physicality. But once he did, I thought he was like one of the main positives from the game. I thought he was really quite good. I liked his performance. Rice, can't say he did too much that I can remember. Obviously, brilliant delivery on the corner that we scored our goal. And apart from that, to be honest, I can't really remember him doing too much of note. I'm sure he did behind the scenes, but just didn't catch my eye in this one. And then back four, White, decent, quite good. Same with Gabriel. Saliba, I thought, was quite shaky, particularly in the opening maybe half hour or so. I don't know what was going on there, but he was not playing at his best. He does have that in him. Like, he goes through like little spells sometimes in big games where he just looks nervous and gets stuff wrong. And then you got Calafiori, who obviously scored the goal. Really like Calafiori. I was happy he started. I was praising him just before he scored, just saying I really like his like unpredictability. He always wants to go forward, and he's a player who is very good at taking chances, not as in like in front of net, but like he takes a lot of risks. He's very good at taking risks. That's a better way of saying it. Takes a lot, but they almost always work, and I just really like watching him. I don't know if anyone else feels the same. Didn't really do much for the goal, to be honest. It was going in anyway, so you can't really praise him too much for that. But I really liked his game. I'm hoping we see a lot more of him this season again. Obviously, Lewis Skelly has come through. It's a bit awkward having two players like that of such high quality in the same position, but I guess that's what we need depth-wise. And then Raya had a good game. He again, a bit like Saliba, he started a bit shaky. He gave me about 3 heart attacks in the opening like 10 minutes. But shot stopping wise, usual stuff with him, just very good at stopping the ball. Obviously, the commentators were lauding him the whole time, saying about how good he was. I mean, that one where he got down for the Cunha shot was unbelievable, that stop. But it's what we've come to expect with him. So yeah, there's a player rate or player performances covered, but it just didn't click. Something did not click up front for us today. In transition, we were awful. Defense, we were okay, but no, it just didn't. Something was off, and I'm gonna hope it was the fact that it's the first game of the season, and obviously Gyokores being kind of the main focal point of the attack. We need to get used to that and learn it, because clearly there's a lot to be improved. Individually, I think, like I said, Cunha and mbuemo looked good, and mbuemo more so. He was running us ragged at times. Mount had a really good game, I thought he was playing really well. Yeah, watching it in the first half in particular, you're like, oh, okay, like this is the Mason Mount of a couple of years ago. Looked really promising. Dorgu, I thought, was good. Obviously hit the post with a really nice strike. They're the main individual ones I can pick out. So yeah, Arsenal shit, United better. But ultimately, Arsenal come away with the 3 points. Very important 3 points. First game of the season, United away. Yeah, up against it. Won the 3 points despite, like I said, not playing well at all. United looking promising, but definitely not the finished article like some people are making out. And yeah, there you are. I hope anyone watching enjoyed this little dog walk match reaction. See you in the next one I make, whenever that may be. In a bit.